This is Ken Michael reporting from New York. Today, we bring you the story of a man who spent 36 years helping to shape the future of American television. From his earliest days learning the craft on the floor of ABC's engineering lab, to leading one of the most ambitious technology transformations in broadcast history, Mike Strein's career is one for the record books. This is his story. It was March 17, 1990, when Joe D. brought Mike Strein through the doors of ABC. He started in the quality control department and not long after made his way into the engineering lab. Drawing on what he learned in quality control, Mike began testing new equipment used in television production and network distribution. Working alongside project engineers, he quickly developed the skills to evaluate new products and then put that knowledge to paper in lab reports distributed across the entire company. Mike was promoted to manager and then to director of the engineering lab. He became the company's in-house authority on emerging technology, regularly arranging demonstrations of new products and lending his expertise to design engineers across the organization. During his time in the lab, Mike made it his mission to build strong relationships with industry partners, cultivating ties with many companies so that they could supply the products and solutions the network needed, and by all accounts, having a good deal of fun along the way. That work took him around the world. Mike traveled with the executive team to manufacturers' facilities and to the industry's most prestigious trade shows, NAB, IBC, and Interb. He became the primary engineering contact for vendors across the industry, organized the annual pre-NAB meetings, and coordinated the itineraries of ABC's top executives at both NAB and IBC. Among the most memorable of those journeys were his final trips to Japan and Europe alongside Preston Davis. Mike dined at the Rijksmuseum in Amsterdam and spent an evening at the Churchill War Museum in London. It was Mike who had the privilege of organizing Preston Davis' final trip to IBC in London, where Preston had the chance to meet with many industry colleagues before his retirement. And as those who know Mike will tell you, it certainly helps to travel with the big boss. Fine wine was poured on more than a few occasions, and as reported, Mike loves his fine wine. When the history of American television is written, the transition to high definition will be among its most consequential chapters, and Mike Strein will be squarely at the center of it. Mike played a major role in ABC's move to high definition. The scope of the undertaking was enormous. Every wire and every piece of standard definition equipment had to be replaced. Entirely new widescreen flat panel televisions had to be developed and brought to market. Hundreds of millions of dollars were committed to making it happen. To demonstrate the power of high definition to the world, Mike hit the road. He traveled to Washington, D.C., presented before the Disney Board of Directors, supported affiliate meetings across the country, and took a prototype camera to events to capture images that proved not just that the new format worked, but that it was extraordinary. ABC became the first network to air a regularly scheduled high-definition program with The Wonderful World of Disney on Sunday nights. But it started with a single historic broadcast. On November 1, 1998, Mike worked tirelessly to ensure its success, and that night ABC aired the first high-definition 5.1 surround sound broadcast of 101 Dalmatians to 8 ABC affiliates. A new era had begun. Network executives soon concluded that the real engine driving HD adoption was sports, and specifically Monday Night Football. ABC and Panasonic teamed up to build a new mobile unit for side-by-side pickups of Monday night games. Once again, Mike was the engineer on the ground at many of those remotes, supporting production teams working with equipment that was, in many cases, still in prototype form. ABC Sports went on to produce 2 Super Bowls in high definition with 5.1 surround sound. In recognition of the achievement of directing a Super Bowl with only 8 cameras, Mike and the ABC engineering team presented an award to the director, Norm Sammet. It was time to celebrate. The next landmark event was the Academy Awards. It was a broadcast that nearly never made it to air. In a moment that has since become legend, Mike tracked down a spare transmission encoder from a vendor in San Diego on a Sunday. The show made air. It did not happen without considerable stress and a very large number of Krispy Kreme donuts. The full high-definition transition unfolded over 11 years. On June 2, 2009, after a long string of broadcast firsts, the network finally switched off standard definition operations for good. Mike played an integral role at every stage of that journey, and when the moment finally came, it was Mike Strein who helped flip the switch. With the high-definition era behind him, Mike was already thinking about what came next. He oversaw the conversion of the HD lab into a new media lab, a facility designed to test emerging IT-based media workflows. What followed would become the defining achievement of Mike's career. When the network moved its operations to Houston, Mike and the engineering team were transferred to ABC News. It was during this time that the concept for Project Galaxy was born. A next-generation production technology solution was needed for when ABC moved to Hudson Square, and Mike wrote the proposal for an IT-based approach to meet that challenge. Mike and his engineering team then built a lab facility to model and test the hardware and software components that would be required to construct a next-generation, scalable, flexible, IT-based production center. The prototype worked. It was time to build. Mike was named lead project engineer for Project Galaxy. He was responsible for delivering the new production facility at Hudson Square for all of New York's ABC and ESPN programming. It took 8 years, and once again he did the impossible. When the cutover to Hudson Square was complete, the historic ABC campus on the Upper West Side went dark. It was closed and is now currently being demolished. Mike Strein and a small handful of colleagues were among the very last people to walk those halls. The full measure of Mike Strein's legacy to this industry can be found not just in what he built, but in what he invented. Mike is one of the top 10 patent holders in the entire Walt Disney Company, listed as an inventor or co-inventor on more than 57 patents. He was instrumental in bringing the Disney Inventors Program to the network, driven by the conviction that ABC should protect its technological intellectual property. And in a move that speaks to the kind of person Mike is, he made sure that the colleagues who contributed alongside him were included on those patents as well. His work on Project Galaxy alone earned him and his team 33 patents. Walt Disney once said, "It's kind of fun to do the impossible." Mike Strein spent 36 years proving him right. With a career like this one, it may only be a matter of time before his name is added to the Disney Legends Walkway in Burbank. Mike has also been a dedicated, long-standing member of SMPTE, the Society of Motion Picture and Television Engineers. He was active in standards work and for many years served as the New York section chair. In recognition of his contributions to the industry and the society, Mike was named an SMPTE Fellow, one of the highest honors the organization bestows. And through all of it, Mike found a way to give back. He participated regularly in Disney's Volunteers program, often with his family by his side, cleaning beaches, building children's playgrounds, and planting trees around New York City. He was proud to set an example for his co-workers and for the people he loved most. Mike, after a legendary 36-year career at ABC and Disney, the time has come. It is time to step back, take a breath, and do all the things you love. Travel the world with Donna, hit the ski slopes, hike the trails, tend to those grapes growing in your yard. Chase down some goals for your senior league soccer team, and celebrate afterward with a cold beer. We welcome you now to the ranks of the retired ABC family. We look forward to seeing you at the annual gatherings in the city and out on Long Island. We were proud to have you as part of the executive team that accomplished so many great things over the years. Your contributions to the television industry were extraordinary, and you should be proud, because you helped make the magic of television a reality. This has been Virtual Ken Michael reporting from New York. Thank you and good night.